The idea of Rome, the fight for Rome, and the history of Rome has shaped Western civilization for over 2,000 years. When we talk about Rome, we're not just talking about an ancient city of marble or an arbitrary concept that we encounter in our daily thoughts. We're talking about a society whose ideas, government, and history continue to shape the modern world. Today, I want to discuss this incredible civilization from its founding in 753 BC to its fall in 476 AD. We will explore this world in three different lenses. First, the people of Rome. Second, the emperors of Rome. And third, the politics of Rome. I wanted to explore this topic not only because it's fascinating, but I also have a personal connection to this topic. Having ancestry in Italy makes this feel like something that's more than just a topic. As we study Rome, we understand how societies rise and what causes them to fall. Let's start by discussing the everyday people in Rome, in Roman society. Many people influenced the success of Rome, and many of these individuals were average citizens. One of those people was Gaius Tranquillus. He served as a secretary in the imperial court. This gave him rare access to court documents. He used this to later write his book, The 12 Caesars. This was one of the most accurate accounts about Rome's early emperors. He discussed the leaders from Julius Caesar to Domitian in so much detail that it's sometimes shocking. He later wrote the book on illustrious men, which highlights the politicians, poets, and scholars of Rome. Next, we will discuss Pliny the Younger. He was a lawyer whose collection of letters provided a window into Rome's daily life. This reveals everything from legal disputes, social customs, and responsibilities of the Roman government. Pliny is especially remembered for his eyewitness accounts of the eruption of Mount Vesuvius in 79 AD, an event he described in terror. Another figure is Marcus Martellius. He wrote several short poems about everyday Romans. These poems highlighted the habits, the troubles, gossips, flaws, strengths, and romantic relationships of Rome's average citizens. When we look at individual Romans, as well as Rome's citizens as a whole, one of the most fascinating facts about Rome is its diversity. Recent studies about Roman DNA have shown that these people came from across Europe, the Middle East, North Africa, and even Asia. While the people are fascinating, let's now turn our attention to the rulers whose decisions shaped Rome. We begin with Augustus, Rome's first and most influential emperor. After Caesar's civil war, Augustus brought stability to the empire by reorganizing the government, reforming the military, and investing in infrastructure. These changes transformed Rome into the city of marble we think about today. This change, now referred to as the Pax Romana, led to a 200-year period of peace and prosperity. While Augustus set Rome up for success, not all emperors did the same. Infamously, Emperor Nero is remembered for his cruelty, chaos, and grandiosity. The Great Fire of Rome in 64 AD destroyed much of the city, and although historians debate the details, Nero's response greatly damaged his reputation. On top of this, he cruelly eliminated his rivals, overspent on luxuries, and left Rome's government unstable. His rule marked a dark period in Rome's history. In contrast, Emperor Constantine the Great is remembered for renewal and transformation. He reunited a broken empire and introduced many political and social reforms. He is best known for becoming the first Christian emperor of Rome. He also founded Constantinople, a new capital city in the east that would carry Rome's legacy long after the West had fallen. Together, Augustus, Nero, and Constantine represent the variety of Roman leadership: stability, chaos, and reformation. Our last topic is the politics of Rome. The Roman political evolution is one of the most extraordinary stories in history. It begins with the Roman kingdom, a period ruled by early kings. This era established a few key traditions in Roman religion, law, and social hierarchy. Rome then became a republic, a complex system of checks and balances. Elected officials were introduced, as well as a senate, tribunes to protect the common people, and assemblies. However, in this republic, they suffered from class conflict and corruption. Civil wars, such as those involving Julius Caesar and Mark Antony, eventually broke the system beyond repair. From this conflict came the Roman Empire, a system where the emperor held ultimate power. The empire offered stability and unity. However, it faced conflicts such as economic stresses, political conspiracies, and military pressures. Over time, invasion, corruption, and systematic instability led to Rome's downfall in 476 AD. This story highlights how governments change, adapt, and sometimes collapse under their own flaws. Today, we have explored the people who shaped Rome's culture, the emperors who led it, and the systems that defined its rise and fall. Rome was a dynamic and evolving civilization whose influences still surround us today. One story that shows us the importance of and influence of Rome is the story of Eurysaces the baker. He was a baker who earned his fortune supplying bread to the Roman army. When he died, he built an impressive tomb for himself and his wife that still stands today. He wasn't a nobleman or an emperor. He was likely a slave born free man. He was likely born a slave turned free man who was able to achieve notoriety through work and ambition. The story of Eurysaces reminds us that Rome's history is not only the story of rulers and armies, but of everyday people. Rome's legacy lives on in its monuments, literature, law, and stories. As stated by the Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius, what we do in life echoes in eternity.